All right. If you've ever been thought of as too much, too political, or just in general, just too loud, you're in the right place. Welcome to Left-Leaning Ladies. This is our first episode, so we're still getting used to our name. So Left-Leaning Ladies, welcome. I'm Whitney.
I'm Chelsea.
I'm Meredith.
I'm Sasha.
I'm Lisa.
And together we're Left-Leaning Ladies. So we've had a big week this week. I know everyone is getting ready for No Kings, and we've got some other things going on. Who wants to jump in and tell us what's going on this week?
So it is our 1 year anniversary, right? Today, of all of us kind of coming together. Me and Meredith met in the comments section calling out Larry Schmidt, who is Macoupin County Board Chairman, and we called him out a year ago today.
Do you want me to quote what he said?
Yes.
So he posted on Facebook, there was this article that talked about how Anheuser-Busch was going to withdraw their funding for the Pride Parade. And he said, I quote, what did he say?
He said, you can
No, he said, now is a great time to stop being gay.
To do away with pride.
Yes, to do away with pride. Thank you for helping me with that. You can be queer, but you don't need to march the streets to show off your disability.
Yes.
Yes.
And I was tagged in my thread, in that thread by my coworker, and I was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah. And I called him out kind of publicly on my page, and protests came from that, and Macoupin County Indivisible came from that, and a whole lot of really cool friendships came from that.
I think it's so cool that you guys met in the comments, because it's kind of like what we're all about. We're all social media managers for different sites, and that's kind of what brought us all together. We all met protesting, but we all had this really common thread. So that's awesome that you guys met through the comments.
Yes, and now we get hate comments for the videos that we make. So
Like, we knew each other for maybe 2 weeks, and then Easter came, and I got COVID, and she brought me food.
yeah, I brought her a plate of food, and then at every protest that we saw each other, we were like, we'll just stand next to each other. And then you just talk and talk and talk. And then we started organizing together, and now we've been best friends for a year.
I remember I was flipping through my pictures from that day, the very first protest, and I had taken pictures of you and Chelsea, and I didn't even know you. And then, of course, our producers were there. Were you two there, too?
I was not, because it's Macoupin County, so
Yeah.
we stayed out of it because we're Montgomery County.
Yes.
I was at No Kings, Greenville, Bond County for the last one, and we had 140 people show up in the pouring rain.
Wow.
That's impressive.
It started raining about 10 minutes before the event started, and people just kept coming on and coming and coming.
It was storming.
It was storming. I mean, it rained hard enough to kill a bubble gun.
Oh, no. Not your bubble gun.
That's how the first bubble gun died in the great flood of No King's Day.
That's how I met you.
Yes, that's how we know Lisa. She's Bubble Lady.
Bubble lady.
Yes.
And you had like an anti-Nazi like sign that you would hold up a lot.
And she'd come riding in on her hog.
It's hardly a hog, but yes.
It's a hog, damn it. Like, you look like a badass.
Do you really come in on a motorcycle?
Yes.
You do? I didn't know that.
Yes,
Lisa, I always knew you were a badass, but dang. Sasha, you don't have a motorcycle, do you?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not that skilled.
You're not that level of
She needs
badass.
to get a sidecar, and then you guys could ride.
There's plenty of room. You can have
My dad would kill me if I ever got one.
No,
He would
no
kill me.
motorcycles for
No,
you.
plus I'm way too accident prone. And I am the pin lady, so if you see me, I will give you free pins.
But also
Really cute
donate.
pins like this one.
But like, they're free, but also donate to her, because she
You don't
spends
have
all of her
to.
time. Okay, but let me just talk for you. She spends all of her time and extra time and money on doing these pins, and then gives them out for the majority for free. But she does have a Venmo, and we'll probably like link that at some point, and in the description or something. Who knows? But make sure you donate to her as well as take free pins.
Lisa's wearing one of them right now.
Yes.
Yes, this is our kind of 70s vibe look tonight.
It's like if you shine the light on it, it has like an iridescent thing too, but you can't see it that well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh my gosh, I have to tell you guys the story about, I didn't have this pin on, but one very similar, and I had brunch with my 27-year-old daughter, and she's like DFT or DTF.
She's like, you were down to
she's
fight.
like,
She just wanted to put it out there proud.
at brunch with my daughter.
I love that.
So yeah.
But it actually says FDT.
What else has been going on in our DMs this week? This is what the people are here for.
Yes.
More like what isn't going on.
Yeah, we had Santa.
Oh, it's Santa.
Yes, and Santa left wonderful, hateful comments. We had a big jump in content this week, and that made us see a lot of crazy messages. I mean, even these men who don't agree with me, they'll still tell me they love me, like they call me sweetheart, and they still don't agree with my message, but they still love me. I kind of love that.
I got like whiplash from reading that DM. Actually.
He was. At first, I thought he was being hateful, and then I realized, like, he was trying to be like engaged with me, but then I don't know. Then he asked me for my phone number and wanted to send me Bible verses, and then he kind of lost me there, and so I don't know how to respond further. So I'm just gonna leave that one. I'm sure he'll say something tomorrow when I get my content out for tomorrow.
I definitely broke my hate comment record as well.
Yeah.
I think it was what, 2,000?
Yeah, Meredith kind of went.
You got 2,000 hate comments?
Yes, because literally, I could count on one hand the amount of comments that were positive. Like,
Wow.
genuinely.
But wasn't that on the video where you did something horrible, like encourage people to vote in the primary? Was that not the one that you got
no.
the 2,000?
So the one that I just made, all I said was like, hey guys, if you want to come and peacefully exercise, your First Amendment right, this is where we're going to be. And I filmed it like after a day of like I went out fishing and stuff. And like, I'm not saying that I was like done up or anything, but I didn't look like I just rolled out of bed either. Like, there's a medium there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that kind of blew up a little bit, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, if you're not prepared for the hate you're gonna get, especially if it takes off like that and you start seeing thousands and thousands of views, I think you ended up getting like 40,000 views on that one. When you hit that level, you just see nothing but hate.
Yeah.
And I hate to see it, but also you know that you're getting engagement and you're feeding the algorithm, and yeah.
Well, Sasha's video where she literally sat in her car wearing completely neutral clothing and said, "Don't forget to vote in the primary."
That was it.
That was it. And the hate she has received for that.
Yeah, what do they say to you? Because I thought it was because I'm just a fat, crazy woman, and I thought that's why they hated on
She
me.
too
But like,
is fat. Did you not?
And I'm fat too, according to them.
Wow.
I just thought
I'm
like
too young to have an opinion. I'm a pre-18 living in her mom's basement.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you so are not with children.
I'm 32, so them telling me I look young makes me feel good. Thank you.
yeah,
I take it as a compliment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
they'll find something to hate on you about, no
Oh, I
matter
have a
what.
crooked tooth.
Oh yeah.
I have
I
really
get a
yellow
lot
teeth.
of,
I
like-
smoked for a long time, and I smoke a lot of weed, so I think that probably yellows your teeth.
Y'all, we
but
live in Illinois. It's cool
legal.
here.
I have a medical card. I have a medical card. JB said it was fine.
I get a lot of like the transvestigators because if you have short hair and you're a female, it's like at the end of the world.
Yeah.
So like that's like probably a third of my hate comments.
No, they just hate trans people, so they just assume and they just want to hate on anybody.
They hate
different.
trans people, but wouldn't know one if they saw one.
Right.
No.
And that's crazy that they want to monitor who goes into the bathrooms and
Yeah,
they can't
it's
even
like you
tell
guys
that
can't
she's a
even tell
female.
my birth sex, and then you're like, well, like they think they have the right to dictate which restroom I go into.
Who
Which
will monitor that?
That's
Would
what
there be
I
like
want.
state-paid
well,
gropers?
yes, you would need it. Like our taxes would have to pay for a designated genital checker at the door.
Oh my God.
To make sure that the people who are trans don't violate the privacy of anybody else.
Exactly.
Right?
I mean,
Wow.
So
And-
we're going to have a state testing to prove that you grope appropriately
Yep.
and can identify what you're groping.
Exactly.
It's a pee-pee peeper.
No, not a
I can say,
peeper.
like, I've never seen genitals in a bathroom. Like, a locker room, yes, but a bathroom, no. That's just me. I typically don't look, or seek that out.
Wow.
I've been in women's restrooms for a lot of years now.
Yeah.
And I've never, ever had a problem with a trans person.
No.
But we could tell stories about the number of straight white guys that have pushed their way in and started stuff in the back.
I had to lock
Absolutely.
myself in a restroom once because a male at a campground was like following me and my friend when we were 14 years old. So not a
that's
trans
ridiculous.
person.
You know, I think that's one of the biggest things out right now. If you ask any woman if they've had trouble with males in their youth, almost every single one of them could say yes.
I don't know somebody who
I
hasn't.
I don't either.
Yeah.
It's alarming, is what it is. But just to be clear, we don't hate all men.
No.
I went to see Ice Cube a couple years ago at Riot Fest in Chicago, and he played his song, F the Police. And he prefaced it by saying, you know, it's not all police, it's those police. So I want to preface this by saying, we don't hate all men, it's those men.
Yes, because we know a lot of safe, good men.
Yeah.
Great men.
We we stand at protests with them. We're married to them. We know a lot of very good
Yep.
men. So.
On that note,
This is on there.
Oh hell yes!
I'm handing out some bingo cards for the comments. And if you want a bingo card, just come up to one of us, and we'll also have a PDF in the bottom of this social media post, so you can play along too. So it's Angry MAGA Man comment bingo, and
This is awesome.
it has memes on there that we see all the time, terms we see all the time. Y'all, you are not, you're not very creative. So that's what I'm saying.
They all use the same shit
They
over
do.
and over again. It's ridiculous. Like I will literally tell them, "This is low effort.
It is.
Try again."
Yeah.
Like, just at least be an interesting troll. Like, I love it when they come up with like a creative insult because it's like, well, at least I'm entertained.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For
Yeah,
sure.
there's been a few of those where you're trying not to laugh because actually that was funny.
The Easter egg broke on your head when you had like the
that
pink
was
hair
good.
streaks. Yeah.
I kind of liked the one that said you've swallowed so many unborn children that you sound childish when you speak.
Wow. Oh my
That was
god.
good.
I thought it was kind of funny in a twisted sort of way.
When they remind me to take my meds, sometimes I do go take my meds.
Yeah.
It's like, thank you for the reminder.
Or like when
They are so lucky I take those psych meds.
or like when they profile me and they're totally right. Like you're just a lesbian with cats, and it's like,
Yes, she is.
yeah.
With too many cats.
And one guy was like, "You probably drive a Prius." And I'm like, "Yeah, I do."
it gets good gas mileage. Like,
Today somebody asked you that you needed to go buy a new Subaru.
It's like my partner has a Subaru, so I don't have to.
my wife drives that. Okay?
Yeah, I have a Prius, so. But like he literally said, it makes sense that you drive something gay like a Prius.
Wow.
And like that's the exact car he thought I drove, and he's right. So.
You never know. Sometimes they're right, and that's good for them.
Too funny. Lisa, you get a lot of hate for your colorful hair. You don't have colorful hair today.
I
but-
don't have. I put some pink streaks in my hair because my 9-year-old granddaughter wanted to do it, and that really pisses MAGA men off. There is nothing like a pink streak if you want to get somebody to hate you.
Plus, a grandkid is evidence that you reproduced, and that makes them angry too.
That does make them angry. And I was probably indoctrinating her when I let her put pink streaks in her
Right,
hair.
right.
Yeah, I mean, we had deep political conversations about that, I assure you.
Yeah, I love it when they call us radical left scum like that. I feel like we should be taking that back. Like that's
Yeah.
that's our
I'm fine
hashtag
with
from
that,
now on.
honestly.
Radical
Yeah.
left scum.
I don't pretend to be a centrist.
No.
And then I've been told I have TDS a couple thousand times. I'm
thousands.
sure.
All the time.
Yeah, we all have TDS.
Yeah,
But they
tired
have
of
it.
Donnie's shit.
Yep.
We've all got it.
I think actually like the guy who like came up with that term ended up being a pedophile.
So he was arrested for soliciting a minor.
Well, a pedophile.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
yeah,
saw that.
Yeah.
He's a pedophile that
And,
wasn't
like-
even able to coerce
Like
them. He
I
had
don't
to pay
know
them.
if he came up with the term TDS, but he attempted to introduce the TDS bill that would
Oh,
classify
that's
it
what
as
it
a
was.
mental illness.
I guess we probably will never know who came up with TDS, but
Because we're social media people. What's your favorite social media site, and like why do you like that? That's what we'll probably end with.
Do you mean like morally
Jeez.
or practically? Because those are two different things.
Whatever you want to tell me.
I mean, I probably use Facebook the most.
Yeah.
Just because it's like I've had my Facebook account for the longest and it's very hard to switch. But then it's like Mark Zuckerberg, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I also would say I like Reddit. Like, you know, it's like a little more anonymous, so like you don't have to worry about like, oh, my family saw this thing and it created an issue.
Right.
And I feel like on Reddit you have the ability to connect with a wider community of people. So like I am technically a Reddit mod. I just don't have a neck beard.
Obviously not required.
I like Facebook because it's where I monetize.
Fair.
If I'm gonna get all this hate and pushback, I might as well be getting paid for it. So I like Facebook just to like put my content on because that's where it seems like it's hitting the most. That's where I get the most views. I love TikTok because that's where I like to scroll the most. So I don't really watch reels. I do make reels every single day, but I don't really watch reels on Facebook. But I do love TikTok. I just can't get TikTok to push my content.
Stuff.
Yeah.
I think it thrives on consistency. I love it, Chelsea, when people are like in your comments all the time with hateful stuff. And I love getting on there and saying, you know, every single comment gets her a cup of coffee. Like every single comment. Do you not know that?
They hate knowing that. Like once I said that, they were like angry because then they're like, well, see, you are getting paid. I'm like, but you're the one generating the money for me.
You're paying her.
Yes. So I just tell them to keep it up. Like I really hope they do.
And they do.
And they do.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any worries about that.
No.
It's really not that hard to trigger them.
No.
Yeah, especially with your sunglasses.
No. They really hate sunglasses, and I found out that early because I thought I was gonna have to like maybe like boost some posts or pay. I haven't had to. All of my views are completely organic. Macoupin County Indivisible has hit 5.4 million views in the last 90 days. And that's completely organic, and I think it has a lot to do with my sunglasses. Because once I started wearing them, they will comment about that, and then it just boosts the post. And then they'll like if I wear them inside, oh, that really triggers them. And so I love doing that, and so now it's become my trademark, and they just all know me by that. You know, I usually get like, oh, the fly is back or whatever, but they come back every day. These people watch me every day, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I love it. I think what you're doing is amazing. All of you.
All of us are doing some pretty cool stuff.
I really like Facebook because it's local. But my favorite, and I used to be an Instagram girl. However, they've made a lot of changes so that it doesn't really push, and it's really hard to get followers on Instagram right now. So Instagram's cool. I like pretty pictures. I like reels. But my favorite is TikTok. And I think the key to TikTok is like you have to be really, really consistent. And I haven't seen any hate on TikTok yet. So
I get a lot on TikTok.
Yeah.
do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know. TikTok I think is the future, even though morally, I don't know.
The only one I do is Facebook.
Okay.
I don't do any of the others. Never have. Would have never done Facebook, except when my daughter went off to college. She insisted that I got it. So I have it. And now I've turned it into this.
And now you're a content creator.
I'm telling you, meeting Chelsea does weird things to your world. That's all there is to it.
It's like a virus that she infects us with.
It's crazy.
Don't tell them that.
I love the ones, Lisa, on Facebook where you go to the protest and you ask them about why they're out there protesting. I think that's so powerful.
That gets an amazing amount of hate. People
Yeah.
really love to hate the people that answer those. Especially, I've had a couple of veterans that voiced opinions that were anti-MAGA, and people just blew up at these guys. I mean, these are the guys who fought for us to stand here and do this.
Exactly.
If they want to stand here and do this, shut up.
Right.
Let them do it.
Do you remember, like, I'm not going to say his name or anything, but do you remember the individual that you interviewed that was once homeless, like rock
Yes.
bottom, and then
Absolutely.
he literally, like, is, you know, figuring his life out. He
Yes.
got a job.
He has a job.
He helps the community, and
He's a great
I know,
person.
I love him.
That we all picked up because he stumbled into a protest because he had no place to go. Mm-hmm. And
the protesters took
the
care of him.
protesters have taken care of him, and it's just a really good feeling.
Well, and one thing that I love about this community is it's kind of like the level of support that you would get at a church, but you don't have to accept the religion stuff. Like
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the Edwardsville protest, there was an organizer that experienced a horrible tragedy. I'm not going to say what happened because it's kind of specific, you know. But a group of people from the protests like started a GoFundMe and raised all the funding that she needs to deal with what happened.
Yes.
You know, in like a matter of less than a week.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was a really good feeling, and just everybody just stepped forward, chipped in what they could, and helped out.
Yeah.
power of community and social media, right?
And these are people that we never would have even met just in our day-to-day lives.
No.
Some
Yeah.
of whom we don't even know their name still.
Yeah.
That's, you
Yeah.
know, we know each other by, there's the pin lady, there's the bubble lady, there's
Yeah.
the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
her. I, see,
Yeah.
I don't know her name,
Exactly.
but she's there every week.
But she's there every week, and you'd be willing to help her out if she needed something.
Oh,
for sure.
Chosen family.
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
Sasha, real quick, what are your favorite social media outlets?
Probably Facebook, just because that's where I also get the most engagement or hate. That's where I post the most, but I like to doom scroll TikTok also.
TikTok.
The algorithm is just top tier.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
TikTok.
It is. It's so creepy. It like knows you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Even
it
if you don't
listens to you.
And if I'm in a mood, it like picks up on my sad mood very quick, or it's kind of freaky. Yeah.
It is.
freaky.
It is. I always say it can read my mind.
Yeah.
Which is
Yes.
both a good and bad thing.
Yeah.
So it looks like we've got to wrap this one up. One thing I want to go over as we sign off is just a little word of hope. If no one told you today that you're enough, I'm telling you, we're telling you, you're enough.
You're enough.